This is a tutorial on how to draw Dave from Dr. Nowhere, or his actual name is the Thumper, or the Locust, I don't know. Okay, so for this I use a Sakura Pigma Micron brush pen, and if you can't find it, it's linked on my Boiled One tutorial on TikTok. So first you obviously draw like 2 circles for the eyes, but I draw the left one bigger than the right, because, I don't know, it being uneven makes the face scarier. And then they're not like perfect circles, they're a bit misshapen as well. You don't want them to be perfect, then it'll just look goofy. And now you should probably use a thinner pen for this, I just couldn't be bothered to pick mine up, to be honest. But now you just draw a straight line down for the nose, and then a tiny little curve at the bottom. And then you can't really see what I'm doing here, my bad, but I just drew that line next to it, connected to it for the corner of his nose. Now draw the outline of his face. It's kind of hard to explain because it's really uneven, but just kind of copy the shape I'm doing. It doesn't really matter if it's not perfect because his face is supposed to be misshapen anyways. At the bottom of the face, I do that like little curve going up a tiny bit in the middle because that's where his smile is going to be. Okay, so now just draw like the tiny little triangle for his mouth, his big smile, and then after that, well, you just fill it in, and then you draw the chin under it, just a little V shape to show, so you can actually see his smile, obviously. Okay, so now you have to do the outline of his face, which is kind of just a rough outline of what you've already drawn, and then you draw the skinny little lines for the neck. I like to keep his neck quite long and skinny. It doesn't have to be perfect because, as you can see, mine's very messy, but yours can be a lot neater. But for his hair, you kind of just draw random random lines with gaps, and then some curls. You can use a reference photo if you want it to be exact, but all of mine are just random curls and squiggly lines because it just ends up looking the same either way. Okay, for this shading I use a 005 Sakura Pigma Micron pen, and sorry, I wasn't really paying attention when I was drawing, so I was looking at the actual paper, so you can't really see what I'm drawing. But basically I shade the left side of his face more, and more so under the eye, and I just shaded his cheekbones and his upper forehead. I don't shade the whole side of that face though, because I still want him to have dimension, as you can see. And then here I'm adding a little shading to like the top right of the forehead and some around his eyes, because they kind of like eye bags, to make his eyes a bit more sunken in. And then what was I doing here? I added a little like curve to the nose on the right because I forgot earlier. Then I was trying to neaten up the nose a bit because I ruined it, but it's fine, you can do better. I had some shading down by the mouth as well, and some like little lines in the middle where the smile goes in. Okay, so after you add some shading in the hair and then some lines for the background, and you're done. That's Dave, or Thumper from Dr. Nowhere, his actual name. And I'm going to do some more tutorials soon on YouTube for all of my other characters, more in-depth ones, and I'm also going to do a how to draw tutorial soon, like more in general on how to draw, because people keep on asking how to draw like me and stuff. So obviously it's not going to happen overnight. I've been drawing for maybe 4 to 5 years, but I can give you some tips on how to speed it up and stuff, and how to progress a lot faster in some techniques. But anyways, that's it. Bye.